Hello, friends. I couldn't figure out what was going on with the previous stream. I was just like, no one's joining me today. And then I realized it was because I had it listed as unlisted. So, we got that fixed. This should hopefully have people on it now. And if you're seeing this, welcome to the chat. Yeah, definitely one of the situations where just like, I didn't even know that was a thing. But here we are. Hello, Medano. There we are. That's more like it. Just like, I've been walking for like 10 minutes and not a single person has come on board. This is very strange. Hello, Timmy. Good to see you. It does mean my latency wouldn't have picked up because essentially, long story short. Anyway. But, hello, Princess. We're in the middle of, just so everyone knows, it is a colder day today. It's not super cold, but it's actually pretty nice. But the plan was to go up to Yonge and probably St. Clair area and then hopefully take the ravine down if I can. But yeah, we're gonna go for a little walk and then go from there. But either way, good to see you and thanks for joining. Let's go for a walk. Just got a phone message notification. It's like, yeah, so it seems like there was, I tried to do the stream from home and then I was just like, what is going on? No one's, normally after about like a minute or two, people pop on or start to say something. And then today it was literally just silent and there was no one on. So it's just like, I think something went wrong. And it did. And then I fixed it. Because I'm smart. Sometimes. I don't want to brag, but I have been called occasionally intelligent. Oh, perfect. Yeah, so that was just something funky going on with the program. But anyway, happy to have you here now. The plan is up and over. And we get to go explore some new things, so let's see how it goes. Besides, I was shopping online. Ooh, what'd you get? Anything exciting? I hope you got some good exciting things. Should I prepare to cook chicken? It depends on the chicken. Not gonna lie. Some chicken's great, some chicken's terrible. If you're planning to do like a specialty chicken dish, I say go for it. That's all we're here for, food advice. One part of me is thinking, it's just like, maybe I should start my clothing company again, but then brand it all for TOURonno. So it's kind of like mixing the two together, where I have my art, but then also with the wording on it. I don't know, we'll see. I'd have to think about it and really contemplate what that looks like. But I do think it would be kind of cool to walk around in TOURonno shirts. You know? Chicken grilled in olive oil and butter seasoned with Old Bay garlic powder. I mean, that does sound pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. God, we talk about food so much on this channel. Food and obscure 80s cartoons. Welcome to Yonge Street. Longest street in the world, actually. So if you take Yonge Street, you go all the way up. It essentially turns into Highway 11. And from that point on, it literally just extends all the way up past Lake Superior, all the way over to Thunder Bay, where it terminates. But yeah, that's at least a 12 to 14 hour drive. I believe it might actually be longer than that. Yeah, Northern Ontario is a beast. If you're having to drive through an area, pray it's not Northern Ontario, because that's just long stretches of nothing at all, for miles and miles and miles. Oh, I really hope I don't have to do up my shoe while I'm doing this. Normally I don't know. Don't ride your bike on the sidewalk. Don't ride your bike on the sidewalk. Don't ride your bike on the sidewalk unless you are a douche. To be fair, I can't blame him for riding a bike on the sidewalk, but still, you're not supposed to. So this space over here, this used to be Seductions, I'm pretty sure. This used to be like this giant 3-story, essentially sexual health store. And it used to have like pretty much everything in there that you're thinking of, but certainly hasn't been that for a long time now. I used to have a friend who worked there. I'd go and visit her. Usually when I was coming back from visiting either, I guess I was in the area quite a bit, so not that crazy to think about. But either way, welcome to TOURonno. We are here. The tour is going to be vibrant and exciting. It's also a bit of like a cloudy, snowy, slow day, but that's okay. We're going to go up, try a new route, see how it works, see how it fits, and then see how we do. If you are new here, welcome. And if you're a returning person, thanks for coming back. It's always good to see some new see some old faces. Hi, Brad. Good to see you today. How are things in North Bay? So here, it's not too cold, not snowy, but cloudy. That could certainly be nicer, not gonna lie. That's why we do these vlogs, to keep track of them. All right. Am I new? You're classic. All right. Have you ever just tried to do up a loose shoelace while you're streaming? It's not the easiest task, especially when you have gloves on, like my fancy new gloves. We got another 5 centimeters of snow overnight, and it's still snowing, and the temperature is only -2, so it's a nice warm day out. Yeah, so temperature-wise, we're about the same then. But, yeah. Do you like peas and corn? I might be weird, but I actually do like peas and corn, especially if I make a shepherd's pie, because then you have that and the meat. Then you just make some potatoes, mash them up real quick, put them on top, bake it for a little while. If you want to get a little fancy, put some cheese on top. Shepherd's pie, can't go wrong. Especially if you have like a nice balance of flavors in there. Oh, Mech HDD. Temperature-wise, it's the end of the world soon if we don't get colder. I mean, it's always the end of the world somewhere. I know. It is definitely not as cold or as snowy as it should be this time of year. But, you know, we have as much control over the weather as we do over the government. So, thoughts and plots need to be considered. Oh. So where Dollarama is now, this used to be where, not ANC Games, this used to be where 401 Games was. Huh. And now 401 Games is down by College and Young, but they moved around a little bit. But if you're looking for reasonably priced board games, it's probably one of the few places to go in the city that's actually right. The pulled noodle place on the right. Ooh, which one? Which one? I probably missed it. But just in case I didn't. Oklahoma Burgers. Why is it called Oklahoma Burgers and then literally in the window 100% proudly Canadian owned? It doesn't seem to make sense to me at all. I need to go in there and be like, explain yourselves. How are you called this, but also 100% Canadian? Why would you name a Canadian thing Oklahoma Burgers? Am I wrong here, or is that weird? Welcome to Yonge and Bloor, one of the few all crossings in the city. I think it's literally just here and down at Yonge Dundas now, but still nice. They probably called it that because it'd be cool like Boston Pizza from Alberta, but then I had to put the sign up recently because people were chirping. Here's the thing, that place looks like brand new. It's a place that I don't even think I've recognized walking by it. So I'm just like, clearly it's a new establishment, and clearly they're going the route of like, let's be a chain, but also like, I don't know. The name is a curious one. Oklahoma was probably the name prior to the change in presidency in USA. No, that place looks open like last 6 months. I do not remember that place being there. So this place is brand new. So the only reason they would do that is if there was a story there. And I am determined to find out what that story is. Also, for the crime of reminding me about the fact that I was in the musical Oklahoma when I was in high school, that also is like, you know, that is also something to be considered. Oh, Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain. This is the TOURonno Reference Library, where I have tried to go in and record. I did it once, and then they were just like, you can't do that here. And I was just like, I am sorry, I will leave. But it's beautiful. Easily best library in the city, and absolutely one of my favorites, so. Yes. Lumiakin, hello. Hello to you. Welcome to the chat today. We are currently walking up Yonge Street, one of Toronto's most notorious avenues. It is also the longest street in the world. It does turn into Highway 11 and then extends way up into northern Ontario. So, nice little feather in its hat. But either way, we're in for a good walk today, I think. Should be a nice fun one. Also, I never realize how little time it can take me to walk places now. Where I'll be like, oh, I'll be up here, and it'll take about this time, and I'll go through. I'll start walking and be like, oh, I'm here already, and it's only been 15 minutes. Just like, oh, well then. Good to know, I suppose. I'm just disappointed I missed that pulled noodle place. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but someone told me that this was the first Canadian tire, and if that's true, that's awesome. But also, I don't know if it is. Doesn't seem correct to me, but hey, if it is, that's pretty cool. I see a lot of debris flying around. Hand onto your hats. That is why I am wearing my toque nice and low. If I could get it any lower, it would actually just be a forehead, what are they called? Ear warmer? Or a headband, I guess it is. Wow, apparently my brain hasn't woken up yet. That's fine. It doesn't need to. Laughing on Static Typhoon. Night Sports 647. Good to see you again, buddy. Yes. I don't know if it still is. I'm pretty sure it was at one point, and now I don't think it is, but also, I'm not Masonic, so I have no idea. Although I will say, my father still insists that Masons and Shriners are like evil. I'm just like, I don't care. Did you enjoy the movie last night? I did. I mean, here's the thing. Labyrinth is like easily one of my favorite movies of all time. And it's been 10 years since David Bowie died. So the fact that that was the 40th anniversary of Labyrinth, to get to see that in theaters was a very unique experience. I was tired. I did nap for I probably caught like a 5 to 10 minute catnap in the middle. I'm just like, it's a movie I've seen a million times. That's fine. I literally just missed the part where Ludo calls the rocks for the first time. But yeah, we'll say. I do love that movie. It is such a part of my life. David Bowie as Jareth is absolutely a character that I would love to be. Hello, Carlos. Good to see you today. Welcome to the chat. HXQ, good to see you again. Haven't seen you in a bit, so hope you're doing well out there. Sounding in good form? I have to be. Someone's got to get out there and walk on a cold day like today. By the way, we're less than 100 people away from having full monetization, so if you know someone who might enjoy the channel, feel free to invite them. Or just force them, coerce them. Do what needs to be done. Oh, I do love Happy Burger, but gosh dang are they expensive. But their waffle fries smash so hard. They are so good. Oh, I know a lot about them. Had a neighbor that was one, but I never joined. Interesting. Apparently, at one point, my dad insists that apparently at one point you have to drink from a monkey skull or something. I'm just like, that can't be a real thing. And even if it is, I'm just like, who cares? Gosh, just who cares? I enjoyed watching the Golden Globes. Red carpet is always a laugh. Oh, I didn't even realize that was last night. Gosh, I am so far removed from award seasons and other things. I'm just like, that's not real, is it? These people aren't actually real people anymore, are they? My dad's friend was the third-degree Mason. Ooh. Here's my thing. I'm just like, Masonry was just the act of building things. So I don't understand why it would be something... I don't know, maybe it's conspiracy theory talk. Actually, knowing my father, it absolutely is conspiracy theory talk. Namaste, good morning. Good morning, Sandeep. Welcome to the chat today. Hopefully you're enjoying some of these beautiful views of Toronto. Everyone's saying hello. There's construction masonry and then the fraternity. Well, at one point they must have been the same thing, right? But also, again, I really don't care. Masonic lodges are chess club for rich people. Oh, that's why I don't care. That makes more sense. Do you have a destination in mind today? I was thinking I could head up to St. Clair and then potentially do the Ravine, which is probably one of my favorite trails in the city, but also a space I haven't really been to since my divorce. So, yeah, I'm wondering if there's a part of me that can kind of reclaim that and be like, I'm enjoying this for myself. But also, just getting a nice view of the area. Unless people, one of the things, if people do super chats and want me to go other places, then I have to go there. That's kind of just how it works. But, yeah. Most of the low-ranking members aren't even rich. Not yet, but wait until they get all of their connections. I'm sure that's how it will work. Then they'll skyrocket to relevance. They're mostly everyday people with careers and jobs, but higher ranks are more important rich. Oh, so it's Scientology. It's Scientology, but from like a century ago. My neighbor was a military veteran. Oh, that's nice. That is one thing I have, like, I might not speak highly of military or like anyone who fights in war efforts, like as countries, but the individuals who do, I have the utmost respect for, because I'm just like, I love that you believed in something well enough to potentially put your life at risk for it. And I think that's really cool. But yeah, had a middle kind of rank. That makes sense. Hello, Heartnot. Good to see you today. My first time coming to Toronto, 1st February. Anything you wanting from New Zealand? Well, if you ever want, I will say I am a tour guide. And what I do is I do customized walking tours throughout Toronto. So if you're looking for a space in Toronto, or you're looking for an experience, you can check out my rates for VIATOR and TRIPADVISOR in the comments. But otherwise, I'm always happy to share my knowledge. And I'm always happy to point you in the right direction if there's something that you're looking for particularly. Some of the more popular areas are always downtown. But Toronto's also crammed full of hidden gems like Graffiti Alley and Allen Gardens that can be really, really beautiful little side tracks. So, yeah. If there's anything particular you'd like to see, Sandeep, let me know, and I'll potentially point you in the right direction. Or if you want to hire me for the day, you can also do that. But also, I'm happy just to hang out with people when they're here. So, let me know what's best for you. And I'm always happy to give you the lowdown however I can. Zanzibar. No. We'll walk by Zanzibar and I'll point it out and I'll be like, look, this is this place that you can find in the middle of the Incredible Hulk movie. Hi, Juanita. Good to see you this morning. It's Zanzibar. Oh, man. Man, I'm so used to like just like motoring past these places that I often forget to actually look at what's here. But latest scoop, avant-goût, quanto basta. I love how there's a place called Karen's with a C. Most Karens I know are also C's. No, I'm kidding. I actually know quite a few Karens. The irony is that they're all incredible actresses. But you should come in the summer. Toronto's dead and cold in the winter. It can be, but there's also a lot of fun to be had. Mind you, in Toronto, if you're coming here, you're going to want to do things, especially if you're coming from climates that don't have winter. If you're coming here in the summer, or coming here in the winter, you can still go to Niagara Falls. It's still beautiful to look at in the winter, but definitely less crowded and more wet. But also things like there's the skating rinks. You can go check out a bunch of the smaller towns. But yeah, Toronto in the winter is a mixed bag. You gotta like the cold, and you gotta be willing to at least spend some time outside. But a lot of great bars, a lot of really, really great bars. God, Black Diamond cheese strings are good. That is a good option. Doesn't seem dead and cold. It is fairly lively today, actually. But we're also, don't forget, we are on Yonge Street, which is a bit more of a popular area. And because we're north of Bloor, it won't be as pedestrian friendly, but it would still have like a good variety of things to see. I think of Catherine as an actress named Hepburn and Katie. It's true. I will say, on Wednesday, me and Hunter are going to go see Breakfast at Tiffany's because they're playing it as one of the cheap movies down at Imagine Cinemas on Carlton, and I am psyched. I'm just like, I can go see Breakfast at Tiffany's in theaters. This is something I never thought I would be able to do. But I'm just like, I love that movie. It's great. Yeah, and there's Kate Blanchett. I remember I always used to get Kate Blanchett and Katharine Hepburn mixed up in my brain. I don't know why. Brazil, Rio de Janeiro. That's amazing. Welcome, Edmilson. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Portuguese would still be hola. I do know it's obrigado. I knew, when I was very young, I had to learn a little bit of Portuguese. And the only three words, or the only three sentences I remember from it is E que é isso? Isso é vinho. Vinho? Eu quero um copo de vinho. So that's, sadly, I think that's all the Portuguese I know. That's not true. That's not true. For my show this last year, I did have to learn some Portuguese, but that was different. Looks busier than Auckland. Also, yeah, and don't forget, this is also like one of the main thoroughfares, one of the areas that is certainly busier. But as we go further north, it does thin out, especially with pedestrian traffic. Once you hit Yonge and Eglinton, especially Yonge Lawrence, it kind of dies. And then from that point out, it's just kind of for cars. But south of that, you'll still find a lot of pedestrian traffic, especially around Yonge and Eglinton, because that's where one of the major shopping centers / movie theaters is. So that's where you'll find a lot of that. I see a pack of doggos up front. Yes, I do too. But sadly, I won't be able to boop their snoots because that person is working, and I would feel bad. Debonair dogs, or doggy hairstyling. Boxcar Social. I've never been here, but I have heard that it's great. So hopefully it is. There's a corner on top of a high school at Yonge and Eglinton. Weirdest thing I've seen. Yeah, I think there is, isn't there? I will say Yonge and Eglinton's just a bit of a mess. I don't think we're gonna go up that far. I mean, you never know. If people want it, we'll go. But I do have to apologize. I didn't put my mustache up today. But at the same time, I didn't want to. I don't have to explain myself to you. You're here for me. Actually, there's a lot of places up here that I've never been to, but I don't actually get to see very often. Quite the incline we often forget. Yeah, as I always say, my arch nemesis, a slight incline. Actually, especially this block, because I'm just like, that is quite big. Torontonians can perhaps be a bit negative about the city sometimes. Doesn't look depressing or frozen, at least from my southern hemisphere perspective. A lot of people can get down about where they live, but make no mistake, I love my city. I think that I'm very lucky to be here, and I'm lucky to be able to do what I do. But in terms of weather, it is absolutely a great day today. It's warm enough, but still a little bit chilly. And it's just the time of year where, because there's less light, a lot of people are more trapped inside. So when they go to work, it's dark, and when they leave work, it's still dark. Although that is getting better by the what is that? I don't know what that is or how. I love that. I don't know why I love that, but I do. Oh, that's weird, and I like. Also, hello. It's me. I'm real. Wasn't able to stay downtown today. I had to rush back up to Finch to have emergency with my... Aw, I'm sorry about that. I hope they're okay. But that's okay, Yoshi. You never have to apologize to me for... You never have to apologize to me when things go up. I'm always out and about doing my thing. And if you're ever around, you're always welcome to. But by no means feel pressure. Be there till 2 p.m. Oh, that's unfortunate. But I think you'll get there. All we can do is keep going. Yeah. So this is Cineplex headquarters, where all this stuff happens, and they say things and do things and make plans. Although, to be fair, I don't think I would want to be a Cineplex owner these days. I was having a conversation with someone the other day about the idea of being perpetually online. And I'm just like, the irony is that the career that I'm trying to do or trying to establish literally involves me walking around a city chronically online, because I am streaming the whole process and sharing that with people and creating connection and trying to establish more things in Toronto as places to go and places to see. But at the same time, I'm just like, A, very fortunate to be able to do what I do, but B, there's still a certain joy about getting out and seeing things in person. I just wish everything was more affordable these days, because it kind of just seems like everything's blown up and become very, very expensive. So it's a mixed bag. We get places. You're doing exceptionally well, mate. What you doing, keep it up. Thank you so much, Sandeep. I love that very much. It's very encouraging. I've only been attacked once, so that's a pretty good ratio. No, it's been good. And if you are, just so you know, everyone. Oh, my name is Matti. I am a tour guide in Toronto, and if you are looking to come to Toronto or experience different parts of the city, I do customized walking tours. You can find me and book me through my links in the description below at VIATOR and TRIPADVISOR.com. In addition, if you are enjoying the stream, if you like it, that will encourage YouTube to send it to other people. And in addition to that, if you really like it and want to come back anytime, the biggest way you can help the channel is to subscribe. So if you are able to do that, we greatly appreciate it. But on that note, let's go for a walk. I'm getting good at that. If I can get that under a minute, I know I'm doing okay. More fun events to come. Absolutely, BB. I am greatly enjoying being able to do this. I do wish it was easier sometimes, but you know, still good to do. I hate that it's like this last 100 is the thing that's driving me nuts. I'm just like, I'm so close to being able to make a living off of this, but I'm still so far, but I'm so close. You know, it's that dichotomy where it's just like all I need is that little extra push. But yeah, I am planning some more little adventures that we can do. But I'm also just like, how much can I do every day? If I can be consistent, and if I can make it happen, and if I can go for it, then the better it is for everyone involved. So, notice me YouTube daddy, or Google daddy. Although Google daddy means something else these days. But I've never really noticed the cemetery before. This is St. Michael's, apparently. Beautiful big tombstones or icons. So I would have to actually like call ahead to be able to check out the cemetery, but give you guys a view of it at least. Doesn't look enormous. I actually didn't even know this was here. But there it is. I'd say a couple thousand people. Huh. Oh, fair enough. Oh, all puppies. I've just subscribed my wife. That's how we get them. That's how we get them, buddy. I always wonder how many people are just... If I was just at a party and just like you leave your phone unattended for like 5 minutes, we'll just see how many of my channels you end up subscribed to. I only have one really, but it's just like, that one is enough. I hope that one is enough. We'll get there. Absolutely, my friend. We'll definitely get there. I mean, once I hit 1,000, that's the tattoo day. And when that happens, it'll be great. Conspiracy theory, when was the last time you saw a new cemetery open? That's actually a good question. I couldn't tell you. I mean, people are just dying to get into the old ones, so... Ed R8U, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, good sir. Or ma'am. Thank you for joining us today. Good to have you. Oh, here's the goal. Here was what we're going for. We're going for St. Clair and then going across and seeing if we can find the old route I used to take by the old other Loblaws and then coming back. By summer, you'll look by now as progress. Absolutely. I mean, there's a couple hoops I have to jump through between now and then, but I am hoping that we can do it nicely and effectively. And then going from there. Solvent green. Soylent green? Just... The one thing I do love that they did about St. Clair is they actually elevated the tram tracks, the TTC tracks in the middle. So the streetcar actually has its own dedicated lane, meaning that the streetcar here is so much faster than other places in the city because they actually planned around it and they made it super effective. And that's why St. Clair, you don't normally hear bad things about their TTC line because it's separate. It just runs on its own time. It's good, but often gets overlooked because it's north of Bloor. Nice. Shout out to the conspiracy realists. Here's the thing. If a conspiracy theory takes more effort than than the story that's being told, I don't believe it. But if it makes more sense, then I do. Like, do I think that Roswell was a weather balloon? Absolutely not. Do I know what it is? Absolutely not. But things like the Earth is flat, I'm just like, that takes too many mental gymnastics, and I cannot abide by things like that. I remember in high school, I briefly had a stint where I wrote conspiracy theories for the school paper, and one of them is about how the Earth is hollow and it's actually just run by a super large intelligent hamster, and it was just its wheel. And one day, flat Earth all around the globe. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, flat earthing makes no sense in my brain. That's one of those things I'm just like, really? That's the thing you're going for? Okay. You know the secret. I mean, we started off by talking about like the the Masonic temple. So I'm just like, I feel like that's just another step in the link, right? The Illuminati and all that. I have never once been initiated by the Illuminati. But, I mean, if you're out there, I'm available. I'll take your money. A big hamster will come after you. The earth is egg-like. Also, hello, Christopher. Is Orlando a go? I will know for sure by the end of tomorrow. It might end up being early February, but I'm going to talk to my friend and see what her and her mom are doing, and then figure out if it's a wise idea for me to go, or if I just try to help connect her to people who might be able to give her tickets to stuff. So, yeah. Cheese has been sliding off the toast ever since Eisenhower met with the Greys. The cheese has been sliding off the toast. Nigel Hari. Sorry, it's very, very loud here. Give me a second. Okay. Do I believe in the Galactic Federation? I don't know. You know what? I would love nothing more than for there to be a Galactic Federation. But, alright, buddy. That's fine. I mean, to be fair, I guess I'm technically walking through a red light. But that's okay. I didn't notice. Illuminati all over your body like 12 shell shoddy. To be fair, that just kind of sounds hot. Truman knew way more before Eisenhower. You have any email can I contact? If you're looking to book a thing, you can get me through Discord, specifically. Or if you go to the description below, you can find links to my platform right away. Or my Instagram's in there as well, if you prefer that. So, yeah. Hurry up, spring. I need Speedos and sunshine. Agreed. There was another option where someone was just like, should we go to Cuba? I'm just like, we could go to Cuba for less than $1,000 round trip. That's pretty good. I'm just like, do I prefer Cuba trip to America trip? Maybe. Maybe. Do you believe US will take Greenland? I don't see what benefit it would be to them. Greenland is like a notoriously difficult landscape. But also, like, it's not even its own autonomous country, so you'd technically be stealing it from Denmark, which just seems like that just seems like a cluster. I don't think anyone would go for that. Hello, Green Knight. Good to see you, my friend. I wish we had tourist cities in Canada like Las Vegas, New York, Hollywood, Miami. I mean, Niagara Falls is right up there. You get Niagara Falls and Niagara on the lake together, they're a beautiful combination. And like, if you're looking for that whole over-the-topness like in Las Vegas, Niagara is absolutely that. But Toronto has like flavors of that, but it's not quite like a major tourist destination because there's not a ton. Once you're here, there's a lot of things to do, but there isn't a ton of things to get you here, you know? You have to have a reason to come, and then once you're here, you're just like, oh, this is pleasant and lovely. But yeah, hard to say. On a spiritual level, there's such a thing as Galactic Federation app, but is beyond his ability in any shape or form. It is within our minds. Gaster. I don't think I'm familiar with that term, but yeah, I definitely have the mindset like we have no idea what's out there, nor should we, because we're still very much a baby species. But are we the first baby species? Are we one of millions? Who knows? Space is big. Like, space is really big. So, yeah. Hard to say. The Galactic Federation loves the Sankofa name change. Oh, someone had to.
Thank you very much.
No problem. You enjoy. All right. Just because someone landed a boat there doesn't mean they own it. Interesting thing you should say that from North America. Ooh. Ooh, touche, Matt. Touche. I can cross this. Okay, I need a reason to go to Woody's Bar. I mean, here's the thing. If you're a fan of the late 90s, early 2000s queer TV show Queer as Folk, you gotta go to Woody's. Like, if only to see how it's changed in the past 25 years. But also, Woody's is definitely an S&M bar, and by that I mean stand and model. It is a place where you go to get hit on. It is not a place you go to relax or enjoy things. It's also like the drinks are really expensive now. I don't know. I don't really go out anymore. Like, it's been a while. But, you know. The wind is that strong today in Toronto. It's actually not terrible. Every now and then it'll gust up, but overall I'd say that this is quite mild, quite not balmy, but like quite nice. It's comfortable, I'll say. We live on a placid island of ignorance in the midst of black seas of infinity, and it was not meant that we should voyage far. Lovecraft. That's a cool quote, actually, and I think I actually agree with it. Earth is not down a very special place, however, we are a galaxy of many. There are many more galaxies out there with many more planets, so we have no idea which ones are out there. I agree. I actually looked up a map that shows exactly how far into the galaxy our radio waves have progressed. And even though that they have progressed light years in different directions and encompassed multiple stars, if you have to zoom into one tiny corner of the galaxy, and then you find it like the universe is big. Like, even the Milky Way galaxy is big. It is infinitely larger than I think any of us, no one can even comprehend the beginning of where like, it's big. If I remember to send that meme later, I will show you. But like, you can either let that make you feel inferior, or you can let that like make you feel at peace. Just like, we are this small little fleck impacting eternity in all directions in a very, very minor way. But it doesn't mean that you're not important. It just means that you don't have to take all the pressure on yourself, because ultimately everything you do will be a drop in a current, but the current still matters. If that makes sense. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting too philosophical. It's a yummy place for a great glass of wine. How many more snowstorms before spring? I'd say we got a couple going on. Wow, the chat just blew up there a little bit. Let's see if I can go back and grab a couple. May I ask, what inspired you to start the handlebar mustache? To be fair, I actually started this when I was doing my Fringe show, A Canadian Explains Eurovision to Americans/Canadians. And it was good, but after that I just got lazy and didn't shave. And now it's kind of just become part of my branding. And I'm just like, I'm okay with that. I've never had a mustache this big and full, but it was the one thing that everyone kept complimenting me on. It's just like, I grew my beard and people were just like, you have a really nice mustache. So then I just decided to keep growing the mustache out. Just because you say you're a country doesn't mean you are if you cannot protect or defend your federation. I disagree with that. Because I think that really, a country is just a collection of ideas that people choose to live by. And they have mandates and they have... So just because you can't protect yourself doesn't mean you're not a country. Like, Nauru is absolutely still a country. But like, is it a well-governed country? Absolutely not. What happened to them? If you haven't looked up the story of Nauru, it's quite sad. Because they're a small Pacific country. And they found out that their entire island was full of phosphate. Because literally just birds would come to the island and crap on the island for hundreds and hundreds of years. So they had all this resource, and they had such a boom in the 1990s, and they were literally just like, yeah, long story short, everyone on the island for a brief period of time was super, super, super rich, and then the government went bust and they lost everything. But they actually blew the last of their money on a West End play about a West End musical about Leonardo da Vinci. The story's fascinating. If you get a chance to check out the story of Nauru and like what they did with it, oh my God, it's incredible. Like, it's one of those stories you're just like, I don't believe that this actually happened, but it absolutely happened. I'm gonna have to find out more about that and then share the story. But like, it's a place I would absolutely love to go one day, but getting there and back is like damn near impossible. Yeah. Hello, Mo. Good to see you. Would you ever go back to live on Northern Ontario? Oh, sorry. Would you ever go back to live in Northern Ontario considering their harsher winter? Now, Northern Ontario will always kind of be my home, but I don't know how much there is for me there. I would go back if there was an opportunity like that Rod Carley had, which was where you can go and then like do something highly artistic and like really create a name for yourself and a buzz about the work you do in like a safe small space. But I don't know if I would go back anytime soon. Mainly because like I'd have to get my license again for cars, and I'd have to like do all this stuff. I don't know. It doesn't seem worth it in my brain. Now I want to go see the Da Vinci play. I have looked everywhere for this musical, and to my knowledge, I can't find much information about it other than what's available. It was like Layers of Love or something, but it was the story about Leonardo da Vinci painting the Mona Lisa, and I'm just like, the fact that this was funded by the last major crop of money from a South Pacific island, and then it bombed, and then as a result the entire island has been in bankruptcy for like, not bankruptcy, but like it took a huge hit and is now one of the poorest nations in the world. Oh, the story itself is heartbreaking, but also kind of hilarious in terms of, what's the word? Not arrogance, it's not the right word. In terms, they thought they could do everything forever. And it's just an MC Hammer situation where it's just like, maybe not, unfortunately. What's the word? Your arrogant flaw, like the fatal flaw of someone. Ugh, this is gonna bug me. Hello everyone, sorry I'm late, I'm going to complain to you too. That's fair, Sam. I had to actually like restart the stream after about 5 minutes because I'm just like, why is no one here? I was just like, oh, I had it set to unlisted. I was like, well, that was stupid of me. I'm gonna fix that. And I fixed that and came back. I wish I could have talk skills like you. I will have any girl I want. The best way to learn how to talk is to learn how to listen. That is my one piece of advice to people. If you can listen and like take in what people say, that is the first step to being able to communicate effectively. As someone with ADHD, it does come more easily to me. And I just kind of ramble, which only sometimes turns into Toronto. But hubris, thank you. Gosh dang it, why did I forget that name of all things? Oh, now I feel silly. It's snowing on and off all day. It is snowing. It's actually literally just started again, so we should be okay. Maybe they pulled a producer and rug pulled everyone. I wish I could say that was the case. But no, I'm pretty sure they just failed, sadly. No need to listen, just overwhelm everyone. If I keep talking, then other people can't interrupt me. There's good videos on active listening skills on YouTube. I think that's a good way to go, yeah. If it's something that you have trouble with, it can help. And even channels like this that have long form content where we're just talking and engaging with chat, it can be a really good way to kind of hone your skills. Be like, how do people talk? How do people respond? The interesting thing about this is that we're literally talking to kind of incite reactions and to like encourage people to participate and open up conversations, which leads to debate often. And it can lead to healthy debate because we're all coming from different points of view, different places. And my whole theory is as long as you're not actively hurting anyone, or if you're even just actively seeking like intelligent conversations, it can be a good. A little sativa keeps the ADHD in check. A little? No, I'm kidding. I would never do my walks high. Actually, I probably would. Let's be fair. One day I will. I mean, no. That's... No. Yes. Yes. 10 degrees here, but feels colder. Aw. Baby Grinch snowflake. It is like, it's just starting to snow a little bit. Like, yeah. Look at that beautiful building. There's something interesting about that building. I don't know why I like that one. Maybe because it's like almost Art Deco, but leaning more towards into like 80s contemporaryism. I don't know. Fire truck at my college, first day back? Oh no. Well, I guess that explains why you're online. Say no to drugs, say yes to pizza. Oh, dang it. I keep getting those confused. 5373 kilometers, 143 days, 42 kilometers a day for the legend Terry Fox. Terry Fox was a legend. I don't know if you caught it earlier. I have my one Terry Fox joke where I was just like, Yonge Street is the longest street in the world. It goes up, turns into Highway 11, and then terminates in Thunder Bay. Just like Terry Fox. But gosh, that man is a legend. Doesn't look good for Thunder Bay though. A debate is great unless done in a mass. I'll let you imagine the rest. Here's the thing. Debate should always be something that encourages you to think and encourages you to see things from different points of view and different perspectives. So like, I will always say I feel like every debate can be a healthy debate as long as you're not actively going after what the other person is. You want to have them be, when you're having debates, you want to make sure that both sides hear each other and understand each other. And that's where things can often turn into arguments because it's just like, you're wrong because this, and just like, well, no. Instead of saying you're wrong, say I don't agree because that in my perspective or in my experience, this is what happens, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. So many people think I'm from Thunder Bay because they get the two confused. Agreed. North Bay versus Thunder Bay is like, it's not something you have to explain. You shouldn't have to explain to people, but you always do. But then again, that's also fine. So much of these conversations are literally just talking and communicating. But I'm very proud of the fact that I'm from North Bay. I feel like it made me who I was talking, like, we watched an episode of Star Trek today that was literally just about Jean-Luc. Like, if he had made different decisions when he was growing up. Like, how he would have actually ended up a completely different person. And it's like, you don't really think about it, but absolutely is the case. Oh my god, this is so much more icy than I thought. Goodness gracious. Okay, that is just pure ice going all the way down. I don't know if I'm going to do this path. Let's see, let me give it a try. Lately, I've been trying to come from a place of curiosity if there's conflict. I think that's one of the best things you can do. I won't say a lot of good things about Shopify, but one of the good things that they did instill in me is just like, always assume good intent. I'm just like, that is actually smart. That is clever. And just like, is this as bad as it looks? Sandy? I don't know. I'm going to, no. I'm going to, no. I tried. What season are we on of Star Trek The Next Generation? We just finished season 6, episode 15. And then after we're done this, because of Joel, I have now watched all of Babylon 5, all of Star Trek Voyager. We're now most of the way through Star Trek The Next Generation. And I'm just like, okay, next up, I am choosing Firefly or Doctor Who, because neither one of these you have seen. You've seen a couple episodes of Doctor Who here and there. I'm just like, no, we need to like, you need to start from the beginning, give it a chance, and like work its way through. Yeah. I did something similar on live last night and almost died several times. Yeah, I guess so. I guess I should consider my health and well-being. It's fine. Doctor Who was my childhood. Nerd. You're damn right I'm a nerd. Look how gorgeous I am. You expect me to be boring? No. No, not this arrogant SOB. Ooh, considering it is an hour, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Matti. I am a tour guide in Toronto. If you are in Toronto, or if you're looking to come to Toronto, or if you have someone who's coming here, please consider recommending my skills. I do customized walking tours throughout downtown Toronto. You can book me via TRIPADVISOR or VIATOR. You can find the links in the description below. If you are enjoying this channel for what it is, I would highly encourage you to like the streams. That encourages you to recommend it to other people so that they can enjoy long-form content about exploring and loving the city as well. And finally, if you really want to help us out, the best thing you could possibly do for us is subscribing. Subscribing allows us to live, and once we hit 1,000 subscribers, I will get a tattoo. That's for me. That's not for you. That's for me. So if you are here, thank you for being here. It's wonderful to have you. And let's go for a walk. I'm one to talk to. Yeah, you like Lord of the Rings. That's even nerdier than me. We need a Toronto version of Billy on the Street. Are you kidding? I would do that in a heartbeat. Maybe I will. Maybe that's what I'll do. Just run around and yell at people. Mr. Mustache Matty is a very handsome man. Oh, thanks, Sandeep. Now you're just trying to get me to take you to Woody's. There's an old British series called The Champions that you may enjoy. Huh. Yeah, I don't think I know that one. I did say Fluffy. Your superhero name would be Mr. Mustachio. I'll take it. I'll take it. Oh. This is a very quiet area of Toronto and one that often gets overlooked. But the houses here are gorgeous. So we're gonna go look at some beautiful houses we can never afford. And then make fun of the people who live there. Because that's funny in my mind. See, my favorite line to tell people now is just like, I must ask you a question. And they're just like, hee 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 hee, and just like, yeah, damn right. Hey, Maddie, I just learned your name. Good to have you, Kairu. Technically, it's M-A-T-T-I, but however you call me, that's totally fine. But yeah, a lot of really nice houses up here. And I feel like this is like quintessential old Toronto, right? You get the old fancy houses, beautiful spaces, fairly big buildings as well. But like, I'm so curious to see what's going to happen in this areas like these in like the next 20 to 30 years. Because yeah, lots of little libraries. Very cute. Has everyone taken down their ho-ho-ho decorations? They are. I love walking up there, but I get jealous. You just have to like appreciate the fact that people put effort into things and they have a good time. I'll mustache you a question, but I'll shave it for later. No! Oh, that's awful. I love it. Are you Italian, or is it an affectionate form of saying Matthew? My technical name is Matthew. My full name, this is the only time I'll say, is Matthew Thomas Hector. But I will say that the reason I go M-A-T-T-I is because my godmother is Finnish, and she was just like, you would go by this in Finland. And then when I went and got my ACTRA membership many, many years ago, I just decided to shorten it to M-A-T-T-I because it just made the most sense. Oh, there you go. Oh, come on. Snap back to it. Oh, crap. Oh, this isn't good. One day where the technology doesn't fight me. That would be great. I would love that. Cell phone signal doesn't travel through self-loving orange people. They are too dense. Oh, geez. So what's happened is my gimbal decided to die halfway through, but I'm gonna let it charge for a minute, and then I'm gonna try it again. And I'm gonna try to keep it as still as I can in the meantime. Oh, there's literally no sidewalk on the other side. What am I doing? Matthew Thomas Hector. Nice name, I'll remember it. Right after you said that you were not Italian. Yeah, that's fine.
Where the, like, oh yeah, they cut back all our shit. They fucking cut it all out.
Glitch in the Matrix. Definitely a glitch in the Matrix there. Just ignore everything that happened. How old am I? I am not quite 40 yet. Someone show their Christmas. Too bad you can't go through a cell phone. Oh my god. You're like glitching, buffering. Yeah, I think that was just all of the craziness that was happening there. Sorry about that. Should be clear now, or should be better now. Gimbal's working again. Katie is not misbehaving, which is nice. I'm not gonna lie, if I do get to go to Orlando, I will be so excited to share Katie, like Katie Prime with everybody, because I'm just like, she is absolutely one of my best friends. And just, I adore her. And my hope is that she'll be able to like spend a day with me and we can walk around. So like when VIP guests go there, they go with Katie and they get to ride all the rides like through the back door and everything. How like coming through the back of everything, it does tend to like be the areas here that don't have quite as strong a cell signal. But we could go down through Bathurst or we can come this way. And let's do buffering every 8 seconds for me. That's a lot. Goodness gracious. It should be clearer over here, theoretically. But let's find out together. Maybe the area. Yeah, this doesn't seem like a very densely populated area, but yeah. I would like to go up to Casa Loma, so I'm going to continue this way and then hope that it kind of improves as we're getting closer to the areas that matter most. Coming through the back of it. Things that like, see, here's the thing, Matt. You are the one person I would fully expect to like go back to these and like clip out the worst things that I say and then put them all together only to troll me, because it would be hilarious. But I could absolutely see you doing that. As I get closer to the major areas, are we still getting buffering signals? Let me know, because at this point my phone's saying everything's okay. Buffering did the clip for me. Fair enough. Yeah, I can always tell when a buffer, now it's stable. Okay, that's good. I can always tell when buffering hits because I go from like 80 viewers to about like 50 or 60. But hopefully they'll come back in a few minutes. Now it's stable. Hello, Mark. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome back to the channel. What neighborhood is this again? This is like the southern part of Forest Hill, but we're also just like north of the annex. Yeah, Hillcrest. I think this area is technically called Hillcrest. Just like, that's actually a really cool building over there. I'm gonna see if we can get a view of this. Just looking up at that window up there, I'm just like, how unusual. But I'm just like, that's super neat. Hillcrest Reactivation Center. I don't know if that's this or there, but I'm just like, that's neat. I like that. You should go to the falls with everybody on Saturday. There's something happening in the falls on Saturday? I'd love to. Oh my God, that'd be so much fun. Let me know where to go so I can get the information. And I can do like, here's the thing. I legitimately have my Niagara Falls tour guide license in my bag at all times because I'm just like, if I ever have to go, I'm gonna wanna make sure that I have my accreditation when I get there. what did you think of those UK destination images? I would the idea of going to the UK is absolutely on my radar for summer. I'm just like, if I can do this and get over there, like, here's the thing. The past couple of years, every May, I go to Orlando for their Fringe Festival. And this year, I'm not in their Fringe Festival. So I'm just like, yeah. Oh, if I can get over to UK instead, that would be wonderful. Buffering again. What's your carrier? Oh, no. Gosh dang it. I use Freedom. But I think I might have to upgrade in the next little while because they're not proving as reliable. But I heard there's also other carriers now that are really good specifically for walktubers and streamers, especially if I'm going other places. So, I don't know, we'll see. Because like even on Freedom, they give you a cap. Then just like, I know there's other places now that don't cap you at all. So, that's my hope. But I just want to point this out. I know it's still Christmas decorations, but I'm just like, I can't be mad at that one. That's adorable. You can keep that up all year until January 15th. Freedom uses what, Rogers? Maybe. Some of us coming down on Saturday for Mark Davis's birthday celebration. I'll be there Friday or Saturday overnight. Well, good news is I should be able to just take the train down on Saturday. So if there's a time where things are happening, I'd love to be there. Virgin has been good to me, even just listening to YouTube on my walks. Well, that's good. Like, as I said, I'm always open to new things or new places. Did I walk down a dead end? I think I did. I swear this one had a way out, but I don't think it does. No. I did the silly thing and I walked down the dead end path. Okay. Well, that's okay. That would explain the connection. Badoop boops. Cell phone carrier is called We Buffer a Lot, though. Don't worry. No one gets madder at the buffering than me. Just like, do you know how hard my legs are working? Do you know what I'm doing for you? I'm making your network viable. Give me my legs back. Sometimes streetcar intersections are tricky, like a Faraday cage. Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't boop those guys. Oh! Steven. We got to go with the cutest one. Boop. It was a fabric. Hop the fence. I'm too old. I do that all the time, but it helps me find new routes. Yeah, I could see that. Let's see. Okay, good. So this is the path I thought I was taking. But now at least we've gone down a dead end, so we know what happens. You can go to anyone's houses. Oh. And say, can I have a glass of wine with you? I mean, to be fair, a lot of people would probably go for that. Wine with a stranger. The GO train has a service disruption this and next weekend. Oh, take the bus from Union, I think, to Burlington, and then the train, but I'm not sure. I'm going Safeway tours on Friday and maybe via rail back. Oh, good Lord, that'll be pricey. But let me see what I can find. It is unusual that they would have service interruptions over the weekend. Maybe I can stay with my friend in Hamilton for the night and then go over there in the morning. Options. I have options. We'll figure it out. Buffering the Vampire Slayer. Oh no, is it buffering already? That's fine. We'll still get to Casa Loma. It's interesting how this area that's like so advanced is a place that's giving so much issue with like something that should theoretically have coverage all over. Are you gonna back up right now? Are you gonna back up right now? No, you're not. Cool, thank you. Oh, she did. Right as soon as I was walking behind her. That's nice of her. I'm sure she was paying attention. I will say tomorrow is going to be interesting because me and Randy are finally going to tackle the Finch West line. So be going up to Humber and coming across and then going through and seeing where we end up. But for those who want to know why I came this way, because right up ahead we have the castle. From an angle you may not have seen it before. But also I am super happy to be up here now because now I can go down the stairs instead of up the evil stairs. But we can also check out Spadina House. Lots of things to actually look at over here. So let's go give it a check. I'm staying at the Hilton. Others will come different times on Saturday. So yeah, let me know what time you might come if you do. I will absolutely check that out. I'll see if I can find the descriptions on Discord. Then go from there. This stream's sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Lawyers. What time for Finch West? I don't have class, I will join. I think we're aiming for 3 o'clock, but if you let us know what time you're free, I'll definitely loop you into the details. Free all day tomorrow, just text me when you know more. I live close, as you might know. Yeah, that could work perfectly then. But don't be afraid to give me a poke because I am me and I forget everything. So, as soon as I hang up the phone, nothing exists. Which is why I stay on my walks so often, because then I remember what my life is. You think Best Buy would have gimbals? I think they do, actually. When I went to a store recently, they had one. But another place you could go is Henry's. Henry's should have gimbals because it's literally all about, it's technically like long form photography, right? So, beautiful view of CN Tower through the trees. Then if we come over here, you get Casa Loma. I will say working at Casa Loma was an interesting experience. Did I love it? Kind of. But the people who worked there with me were like merciless bullies. And they picked on me so much. And now I'm just like, oh, okay. Where's Henry's? Henry's is down at like Queen and Church. But yeah, big camera store. But just check online to see if they have them there. But they're pretty good because I know that they like come with built-in warranty stuff, which can be helpful. I refuse to close your live to check Google. That's a good friend right there. That's what good friends do. So this is Casa Loma, Maine. And if you actually go through over here, that over there is the stable house. So this was all part of Casa Loma. And still is, but yeah, I worked at the Casa Loma escape room. And it was a lot of fun. I met some interesting people. And then, yeah, there was one girl in particular who decided to make it her mission to just hate me. I'm just like, I get it, I'm annoying, but also fuck you. There it is. So I will say, we are getting very close to that 1,000 mark. All I have to do is keep bribing people at this point, and I intend to. I will make them all I will make them all subscribe somehow. I'll do it. We'll do it. We'll make it happy. And we'll have fun, and it'll be great. We'll have a great time. Quite a stable oh, Matt. Canada has very similar old architecture as the UK does. True. One thing that I have noticed, and it's something that I didn't really clue into until I got here, I'm just like, but most of our early, well, pretty much all of our early architects were all European. So a lot of the old houses here are we have a little bit more of an influence from many different places. So like some houses are more Germanic, some houses are more like more Nordic. And it's because Canada was kind of like, as much as England and French were the dominant, there's still a lot of other ones that were like from all over and then kind of diversified and added to the flavor. So we have a really interesting mishmash of architectural styles from many different generations. So does anyone speak Spanish here? What does Loma mean? I am pretty sure Loma was just the name. But yeah, I couldn't say for sure. I worked there. I should know, but I couldn't say for sure, sadly. Welcome to Spadina Museum. Often gets overlooked, but a really great little touristy place if you ever want to come check it out. Free general admission. You can get in pretty much most days, but yeah. Loma, Lower Manhattan. Quebec looks very European. Quebec looks very European. Specifically, no surprise, of course. Specifically very French. But this is their stable house. But Spadina House was as a residence for many years by the Spadina family. And here, it's funny enough, everywhere else in Toronto calls it Spadina. But this particular museum is very particular about being like, no, it's Spadina. It is called Spadina. This is the house. The family was the Spadina family. So this is the Spadina House. Just like, oh, yeah. Did you went last night? I did. I got to go see Labyrinth with David Bowie. And it was a wonderful experience to see in theaters. But I just like to go around Spadina House a little bit. It's nice, very slippery, so I'm going to try to take this a little slower, but America tries to copy the UK's old pubs, but fails to get them spot on. I love a good pub. Oh my God. I would kill to go to some more good pubs. Casa Loma means house on the hill in Spanish. That makes so much sense. Now here's the thing. Ask me why he called it that in Spanish. I couldn't tell you. But I do know that it was built but never really resided in. He never even got to finish the pool, which is the disappointing part, because the person who built it was a banker. Gosh, what was his name? Richard something. Ran out of money while he was building it. So we haven't had 1,000 years to get him right. Alright, I will say this is a bit more slippery than I expected. But then again, that's why I wore my slippy boots. If I'm going to fall, I'm going to take myself with me. Just to kind of show you an interesting little view of Spadina House over here. There's Casa Loma in the distance. It's just nice that you can kind of come here. It's completely free. You can just walk the grounds. And in the summer, and like in the spring and summer especially, it's beautiful. The way that they have everything like alive and vibrant out here, it's really cool. And the fact that it's free, you can just walk right in and do it. It's great. Hello, Megan. Good to see you today. What in the world am I saying wrong? Well, here's the thing. Everywhere else it's Spadina, but this one particular house, because it was the family, it's Spadina. So most people in Toronto don't even know this is here, which is kind of the criminal part, because it's just a beautiful little free museum. This is kind of one of the things I mean when I'm just like, Toronto has a lot of secrets that you don't hear about, but that are still free to access. Like Allen Gardens. Not everyone goes there because it's just a botanical garden, but it's free. I'm just like, if you can do it, go for it. And this area here, like, You can walk the grounds, see the gardens. But yeah, again, entirely free. Will put me in jail. I don't like museums. I don't always like museums. Even galleries. I can have a hit or miss with galleries too. But like sometimes they're great. And sometimes you can just come and have a lot of fun with them. It's good. The thing about museums is you have to want to like you have to have some kind of investment in the thing that they're talking to you about, or you need to have some kind of vested interest. Going with Manny to the ROM and him being like, I know the person who dug that up. I'm just like, that's so cool. Like, it just adds this whole other layer to things. But yeah. I love the park courtyard at Spadina House. Nice place to eat your lunch. I agree. I mean, how many great picnics could you have here? Like, best place, one of the best places in Toronto to picnic. Second only maybe to like Trinity Bellwoods Park. Great option. Technically USA is British royalty. No, they're not Commonwealth anymore. So they would be, what's the term? When they declare independence, you would have technically eschewed any relationship to UK as a whole. The difference between like Canada and US is like we still consider the king technically the head of full parliament, whereas you guys have no kings. Although now that's debatable. But we won't talk about that right now. So it's nice to know the history. I agree. Isn't there a pub in England that's like 1,300 years old? Well, I don't know, but me and you have to go find this out. And we will go there, and we will have a drink, and it will be perfect. I see. Okay. I always say, this hill is a nightmare to climb up, but going down is no problem. I'm just like, yeah, give me the go down. No, don't hear what I'm not saying there. It's... I think that's one of my favorite quotes from my father, is that my dad used to be a preacher, right? And so every Sunday, whenever there was a point that was like a little bit pointed, he would always be like, don't hear what I'm not saying, but like, this is what I mean by this. And just like, I think that's a really wise way to put things. And just like, don't hear what I'm not saying. Politics always ends up in a fight. I don't think they built... But also, this right here is one of the most underrated places in the city, because you get the most beautiful view of the skyline from the north, which you don't often get. But Matt Squared UK Pubs and Castles Tour. Here's the thing. We reach out to CBC with that idea. They go crazy. Karina, thank you so much for the super chat. Wonderful. Because of that, you get to tell me where to go. So if you see a direction you like, let me know. But up until then, let's give you a beautiful view of the city. If we come over here, there we go. I mean, to be fair, from up here. But yes. Oh, thank you so much. That's really lovely. Sad but true, princess. People could disagree like civilian adults. Woof. Look at that beautiful view. And while I'm here, welcome to Toronto. My name is Matti. I'm a tour guide in the city. If you or someone you know is coming to Toronto and you would like to see different parts of the city that you normally don't see, consider booking me for one of my customized walking tours. I do them throughout the city. You can book me via VIATOR or TRIPADVISOR. Links are in the description. Also, if you're having fun, I would highly encourage you to like the stream. That will encourage YouTube to send it to other people, which helps this channel grow in a major way. And finally, from there, if you are so kind and would like to subscribe, there's no bigger way to help us out than that. And we appreciate having you, and hopefully we get to see you again in the future. So thank you very much for being here, and we hope that you enjoy what you've seen so far. Now, let's go for a walk. Also, welcome. We have a new one. Thank you very much for this new to me wonderful walk. Thank you. Wonderful to have you, my friend. Different sides of Toronto, right? Places that normally don't get as much view or as much traction as other places, but absolutely some of my favorite places in the city. Toronto's full of like all these cute little niches and cute little areas that are completely just off the beaten path that often get overlooked, but are absolutely some of my favorite places in the city. So let's get a pitch together. Send me your bio. I'll do what I can tonight. Well, a little climb those stairs. Yeah. Here's the thing. When I'm coming this area, and I know that I have to go up to Casa Loma, you regret it. Because, oh my God, the Garrison stairs are awful, but necessary and also fantastic. So, going up those stairs is the bane of my existence. I agree, but also what a view. I mean, it is lovely, you can't deny, especially in like the spring. The spring is when this area and some other areas of Toronto totally come alive, and you have beautiful flowers everywhere, and my allergies go absolutely haywire. It's great. It's the best. Those are the stairs that Chris Evans rode down in Scott Pilgrim. That is correct. Mark Carney will visit Beijing in hopes of distancing from its neighbors south. I mean, I'm not crazy about like buddying up to China, but I mean, I get it. America's volatile right now. It's kind of concerning, but at the same time, I'm just of the mindset where I'm just like, aren't we beyond governance? Aren't we beyond like where this needs to be a thing? But who knows? Perhaps do a cooking stream. Do a cooking stream. Would people want to see me cook? That's my question. I know Brad's done it before, but I'm no Brad. Although I do have some interesting recipes. Toronto Archives, by the way, right here. I would love to actually go in there and explore more of it sometime, because I have a lot of history in the city and I'd like to actually find out much, much more about it. But, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The idea of me and Matt doing streams together in UK, apart from like even doing, yeah, we'll get paid for it. We'll go to like the biggest places in the world and be like, you know what, let's do it. Do you know about the stairs in Hamilton? I don't know specifically stairs in Hamilton, but I've been to Hamilton. I love Hamilton, actually. Hamilton's actually got a bit of a rough reputation right now. And to be fair, I get it. But also at the same time, there's a lot of really great stuff there. So, I don't know. Can everyone use a quality oil whenever spring cleaning it stops them rusting up? I'll cook with you. I worked in kitchens forever. I managed restaurants, but never kitchens themselves. But also restaurants is a cafes. I managed cafes. Will I ever manage a cafe again? Absolutely not, I'm pretty sure. One thing I am thinking about doing is for anyone who has a membership, I want to do a body doubling day every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, where like when I work on, I'm going to start working for a specific amount of time every one of those days, specifically to get clips for the show. So I'd like to share them in shorts and stuff because I want to try to promote and go a little further. So I need to work a little harder on getting those last little gaps down. But what I'm hoping to do is anyone who's part of the membership, treating it like a body doubling session where I'm just like, we can just hang out. I can work, you can work. And that way you kind of have some company while you're doing stuff. but also having that be an every other day thing. I'm still trying to think of like key things to do to make the membership more appealing, to ensure that people are having a good time with it. And so, like, I appreciate the support, and I want to find ways to show my appreciation in a more concrete, tangible way. So. And since I'm here, I'm going to go this way for a block. So, a couple years ago, I lived in the area here. And in 2018, I remember there was a day when there used to be a Thai consulate over here, like Thailand consulate. And one day while I was walking by here, I had just gotten back from my honeymoon in Thailand, which wasn't good, obviously. But what we did was we walked over, and over at the space over here, I see 3 drag queens on the steps, and I look at them and I immediately clock them as like the 3 finalists from Drag Race Thailand first season. And so like I got to see them and meet them, and I was just like, oh my God, I know who you are. And they're just like, how do you know who we are? And just like, because I love you. So that was my story about accidentally running into the drag queens from Drag Race Thailand on the middle of the street while I was on my way over to my favorite coffee shop, which is what I'm going to stop to. Is this Florida? No, not quite. This is TOURonno, Ontario. So in the middle of the cold season, but it is bold and cold. Oh, is this DuPont? This is DuPont. But this spot up here, I know First Last isn't here today, but that day when I was going to come here, that was the day I got attacked. So I'm just like, well, I want to prove to him the place exists. I remember when you lived near Lansdowne, I walked by there a couple days, and that entire area has been built up so much. But it's so nice. Oh, gross. They're doing a Starbucks right there? Oh, God. That's terrible. Don't go there. Go to First Last Coffee. Hamilton Stairs. Okay, good to know. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the live stream, Wayne. Wonderful to have you. Same with debut, Debs. Welcome, Debs. Good afternoon. But yeah, this is the place. This is like the best coffee shop in the city. It's a super hidden gem, but it's really, really lovely. So if you get a chance to come to the area, definitely check it out. I'm unbiased, but it's really, really good. Better than Tim Hortons. Well, it's hard to be worse, let's be fair. Tim Hortons is more of something you put up with. Back. Why is the buffering back? I'm in one of the busiest areas of Toronto. Tim Hortons is good at 3 a.m. Oh, goodness, no, baby Grinch, no. Tim Hortons is never good. Tim Hortons is okay at best. Maybe I'm biased, but like, Tim Hortons has not lived up to what it... Here's the thing. Tim Hortons has not lived up to the legacy that it stood for when I was a kid. You know? When I was a kid, Tim Hortons was untouchable. Now, Tim Hortons is like fine at best. Their donuts taste like sawdust. Don't give me that, Matt. How dare you come into my house and defend Tim Hortons? I call Tim Hortons road trip coffee. It is nowhere near as good as it was when we were younger. And you can't argue that. You have to judge a place by the quality of their donuts. And their donuts are mediocre at best. Did anyone else? Can you all hear me? I've never seen a Krispy Kreme in Toronto. They're not as rare. They're fairly rare still, but there's a couple good options. But here's the thing. If you want to talk about a fall from grace for a fast food place, Subway. Subway is absolutely... Gosh, what happened to them? What happened to Subway? Last time I went in there, they tried to give me like the crappiest, smallest sandwich. I'm just like, well, this is garbage. This is absolutely terrible. McDonald's coffee is better than Tim Hortons. Well, McDonald's has like the coffee that Tim Hortons used to use back in the day. Because Tim Hortons switched to a cheaper bean, and then McDonald's took up what they had. And like, I thought that was like a known open secret, but... How old was I when I started drinking coffee? I would actually have been in my 20s. I worked in coffee well before then. But like, I didn't actually start drinking coffee until I was in Toronto, like, full time. But yeah, that's only been in the past 15 years or so. But I've been it was just because I was slandering. Here's the thing. A lot of people have a lot of affection for Tim Hortons, and I would love nothing more than to see them become the quality coffee chain they used to be. I don't see that happening anytime soon. Subway was the only good because of the $5 footlong value. That is correct. Last time I went there, they were like, it would have cost me like $15 for a turkey sub, and I'm just like, no, not for your crappy, especially when they don't like load it up with lettuce and stuff. I'm just like, what are you doing? No. Quiznos, what happened to Quiznos? What did happen to Quiznos? That's a good question. I could not tell you. Hello, everyone. Welcome, Andrea. Good to see you again. Also, Ed, good to see you too, my friend. Thank you for stopping by. So, this place over here, with the little crown on top of their building, that's where I used to live. I lived there from 2016, 17 until about 2022, because we moved out 2021 probably. So I think I moved out right before pandemic hit. Or no, like right in the middle of pandemic time. Not quite after people stopped caring. But yeah, that's where it was. McDonald's secret sauce is oddly creamy, white, and very warm. It's called McLean's secret sauce. No, that's a terrible. No, that's terrible. That's terrible. Forget I said that one. 95 degrees here. Oh, God, that must be so nice and warm. I'm at the point now where I cannot feel my fingers anymore. And these are in the gloves, so I guess that's a good sign. Oh, yeah, that's a good question. What is everyone's favorite coffee drink? And don't say Tim Hortons, because that's no one's number one choice. Most people like Tim Hortons because it's iconic for the double-double, meaning it's 2 sugar and 2 cream, meaning that half of your coffee is sugar and cream. So, like, people don't like Tim Hortons coffee. They like coffee-flavored cream, which, to be fair, is delicious. But that also just goes by the name ice cream. Pandemic started in 2020. Absolutely. But, like, when we were moving out in 2021, we still had to wear a mask. Still had to be considerate of where we're going. Yeah, everything hadn't quite opened up here fully by 2021. But, yeah. Good quality coffee has gone up in price. The cheaper coffee has a lot of filler. Yeah. You know what's great? Mushroom coffee. It sounds weird, but, like, it's literally just a mushroom that tastes like coffee. And it's quite tasty. I used to get, like, a mushroom mocha, like a mushroom iced mocha from a place called Strange Love here. And that was great. Oh. Tim's large regular, flat white. Fair enough. Yeah. Have you ever been to a Coffee Bean? To a Coffee Bean? Is that a place nearby? If it is, I might have to check it out. Don't actually drink coffee. Fair enough. Second cup for change coffee, but I prefer mom and pop shops. From home, Illy coffee all the way. Good to know. Second cup for chain coffee. Well, fun fact about Second Cup. My mother was Second Cup's first employee ever. She was their first employee at the store in Eaton Center, which was their first place that they ever had a Second Cup. And then when I worked at Second Cup when it reopened on Church Street, I should say. But I was one of the first, like, 6 employees that they poached. So I got to be one of the first employees at that store. Keeping up the family legacy of Second Cuppers. Have you ever tried mushroom jerky? I haven't. Ooh. That would either be incredible or terrible with no middle ground. Last night I did go to the movie theater and had beef jerky for the first time in forever. That was nice. That was nice. I like that. Coffee caramel gelato here. Ooh, that would be so tasty. It's American brand. I was surprised to not see it in Canada. Oh, good to know. I'm gonna have to, next time I'm down in, if I'm ever back down in America, I'll have to check it out. If the Orlando trip happens, I'll be keeping my eyes open. Turkish coffee is world renowned. Turkish coffee is incredible. Also very difficult to make, but very, very well worth the effort. It's delicious. Check out Jonathan Pye on YouTube. Funny as heck. I think I will. If you can drop that link in the Discord, I will absolutely follow up and check up on it. By the way, if you are living in Toronto, be advised that there is a difference between Spadina Avenue and Spadina Road. Everything north of Bloor is Spadina Road. Everything south of Bloor is Spadina Avenue. This is confusing because back in the day, I used to live on Spadina Road. But now, I know the difference between Spadina Road and Spadina Avenue. But there were so many times we ordered like pizza or something, and they would send us the wrong direction because they'd be like, oh, we were at this place that's random. Just like, no. You are literally nowhere close to where you need to be. What's my favorite sandwich? Oh, I gotta. Okay. The sandwich I'm most known for is I take a wrap and I put peanut butter and cinnamon on it, and then I wrap it in a banana, and then that's like my favorite thing. Peanut butter and banana. And when you put it in a wrap, it's just delicious. Also Danforth Road and Danforth Avenue. Yeah, not at all confusing, right? Young Road near Young and Wilson. Yeah. Grilled cheese. Oh, grilled cheeses are good too. Actually, I will say if I can go external, there is a place on the road between Toronto and Ottawa called the Big Apple. And at the Big Apple, you can go there and they have a apple bread grilled cheese with bacon sandwich. And it is so good. Peanut butter and apple wrap is good too. Ooh, that's like combining everything I love. But yeah, the apple tuna melts are also good. But I think I have to stick with it. Peanut butter apple wrap for like regular peanut butter banana wrap for everyday life. But like special occasion, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna get me one of those bacon grilled cheeses from the Big Apple. Any sandwich with honey ham or pastrami. Ooh, good choices. I love when you press the Sabathia bread. I don't think I know what those are. I'm gonna have to try them out. Turkey and apple combo is also yum. Yes, especially if you combine it with brie cheese. Turkey, apple, and brie. Highly recommend. All right, let's head down to Bloor. Bloor's a wonderful street. People love Bloor. You can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. And see, here's the thing. You take that and you throw some honey on there, whole other level. But I'm just like, I don't want to overwhelm your senses all at once, but I kind of do. But if you did that and then add bacon, oh. Bacon can make every sandwich great. There's even a place in the city where you can get there's a place in the city called The Works, and you can get a burger there called the Havre Living, and it's a burger patty, and on top of the burger patty they put peanut butter, bacon, honey, and something else, but it's great. Bloor is awesome. You should head towards Ossington. I have to go home and pee. That's my problem. I'm very hungry now. I wonder why. I'll tell you what, Matt. How about if you're not working Wednesday, let's go for a walk. Let me know what you're doing. By the way, if you ever get the chance to go to Madison Pub, it's memorable, because this is where all the college kids go and get schmammered, and they can be rowdy, but we love them. We actually pronounced bluer and Eglinton, as opposed to Bloor and Eglinton. Here's the thing. I pronounce everything wrong. I don't pronuncificate well. But when I do, I find it amusing. I went to Madison when I was a young lad. I think everyone went to Madison at some point. If you remember your trip to Madison, then that's saying something. That's an achievement. How do cakes not float off with self-rising flour? With the flour power, of course. Are you going to keep up that beat? Yes, I must now. You said it right when you said bluer. Yeah, that's fair. Here's the thing. I'm always just like, I never pronounced to be an authority on many things. As long as I'm providing people with entertainment. Always happy to do my part. Sorry I'm late, but we'll rewatch later. Don't even worry about it, Karina. It's absolutely a delight to have you here now. So thank you for showing up and for coming. It's wonderful to have you. I'm going to do this early because it's not quite 2 hours yet, but let's see. Hello, everybody. My name is Matti. I am a tour guide in Toronto, Ontario, and I want to show you around. So if you or someone you know is coming to Toronto, I do customized walking tours, and you can find the descriptions for that in the VIATOR, and the links in the description below for VIATOR and TRIPADVISOR. So feel free to book me anytime you want. On that note, if you are enjoying the videos, please like them, because that will encourage YouTube to send it to other people. And in addition to that, if you really want to support the channel in a major way, please subscribe, tell your friends about it. We are working our way towards 1,000 subscribers, so if you can be a part of that journey, we would love to have you here, and it's been wonderful to do. So on that note, thank you for being here, and let's go for a little walk. Men can't hold pee for too long. They end up peeing on the ceiling. Spadina, I thought it was Spadina. Same thing with Regina, not Regina. Or Regina, not Regina. Yes! Here's the thing. Anything with INA at the end can be spelled any number of ways and pronouncified in like hundreds of other ways. So, the mustache giving me pig goo flashbacks. Any sandwich with secret white sauce and $14 less is good. Great. Some places are just too expensive now. Like the fact that McDonald's is now so pricey. No, it's Spadina. Here's the thing. The street itself and the subway line and all of that stuff, it's actually Spadina. But it's initially pronounced Spadina because of Spadina House and the family that was there. So if you're in the city, it's Spadina. But if you're at that one particular residency, it's Spadina. Is it confusing? Yes. Yes, it is. Because there's no general consensus as to what the quote-unquote correct one is. Your bladder is also making the sacrifice for entertainment. Fair enough. Favorite Canadian city? Regina, Saskatchewan, for obvious reasons. The cold weather. The cold people. Okay, we're getting too silly. But that's fine. I'm kind of here for it. We do have a Galleria here. Look at the congregation of pigeons. Just having a happy little bask. You cannot take toilets seriously, as I'm always taking the piss there. Sam. The things you get me to say. Use their washroom and gallery. Oh, it's okay. The walk's winding down anyways. I only got about another half hour in me. So I'll probably just head back to my area, go to the village, and go from there. But who knows? Maybe we'll be able to get some more subs by then. Here's my thing. I feel like if I was like a more dominant person or like appealed more to that market, I could be like, be a good boy and subscribe to daddy. And I'd be like, that just feels weird. Like, no one likes that. Unless you really like that. In which case, I don't know what to tell you. Boop of pigeon, success gets you a donut. See, I don't want to the donuts are an occasional treat because I have worked hard and I have earned 50 subscribers. So that is those are when I want the donuts to be super special. So when I get a donut, it's really, really special and fun. But I love silly chat on a Monday. We are being especially silly today, let's be fair. But I kind of love that. We don't always need to be a super... Normally these walks start serious. And the longer I walk, the sillier and looser they get. Let's be fair. So... It's north of Bluer. Oh, you're approaching the Studio Italiano soon. Oh, I don't know what that is. Did I miss the boop today? You did miss the boop today. We found a penguin statue. It was great. But, you know what? If I can find another boopable item, I will get that boopable item. My doctor said I was slow, but my teachers knew I was special. It's because you're so cool, Matt. I appreciate that. It's a lie. I will never proclaim to be cool. In fact, the less I proclaim to be cool and the more of a loser I proclaim myself to be, the better it gets. So, do I drink cappuccino? I will drink most any kind of caffeine. My only problem is ever since I've switched away from lactose milk, it's been really hard to find someone who can do a difference between a cappuccino and a flat white and a latte. Even though it's really just the ratios, let's be fair. But yeah, I love coffee. But here's my thing, iced coffee above all other coffee. Iced coffee is king in my books. Dundas Square renamed to Doofus Square rather than whatever. You know what? I'm gonna throw this out there. We should just call it the Johnny Stride Center of Innovation. Boop a traffic cone in front of the construction worker. Somehow that feels naughty. I don't know about that one. But we'll find a snooty boop. You just passed me. Oh, that's super cool. Well, welcome, Cyril. Come back and join me anytime, I guess. Well, since you just passed me, you should probably subscribe to the channel so you can keep on top of what we do next. Espresso and Coca-Cola, I promise it's good. It is good. I'm not gonna lie, I really like coffee and Coke together. Actually, that's one of the things. We'll do a coffee, Coke, and either rum or whiskey. Really, really nice. Really, really, really nice. TOURonno walk Tuber Square. Be like, if you're coming here, you will be photographed. Robards Library. The only library in the world that I know of that's designed to look like a peacock. No need to drag politics into this. Boop Olivia Chow on the node. I feel like that would be inappropriate. Hilarious, but inappropriate. I think Olivia Chow is a politician I at least respect enough. She's kept her nose down, she's done some good things. But if you ask me if she's been sensational or anything, not to my knowledge, but I think I prefer that in a politician. I would rather have the politician like make me feel safe and not try to influence my life with their personality every day. You know? That's how I feel. Watching from Brooklyn. Welcome, Brooklyn. What's your name? Sorry. Starbreaker. Welcome, Starbreaker. Good to see you here. If you walk through in India, does that mean you passed wind? Gobble gobble. Sam. If you can show us around our Telus Hall or the building next to it. Telus Hall? I don't think I know where that is. But I imagine it must be around here somewhere. If you're asking me that one, it must be there. She's a good actor, I know that. Olivia's done good. Like, here's the thing. Canadian politicians might not be flashy, but like, I think I respect most of them. The only ones I don't respect are the ones who are being loudmouths because they're trying to get attention. It's like, I don't like that. You shouldn't try to get... Like, don't try to involve me in your politics just because you're being louder than someone else. Try to... When will people know? Just, like, stay still and avoid the camera. And then we can go around you. The more you try to avoid it, the more you put yourself in the way. Let's see. Telus Hall, right east of Royal Conservatory of Music, is right next to the ROM. I mean, I could probably walk up Philosopher's Walk. I think I have that in me. Hello, Kevin. Good to see you today. This, of course, is U of T. Toronto's most beautiful canvas. Like, no argument, no nothing. It's just stunning and picturesque. And one day, me and Hunter have a plan that we want to just go into the campus and, like, just explore all the areas. Right. Have you toured the Trinity College courtyard? I haven't, actually. That would actually be a nice thing to do. Oh, what do I do? Philosopher's Walk or that? Or both? I tried to get in the way today, but you were too far. Now I have to run errands as intended. Aw. I'm sorry for making you do stuff. But hopefully not too long. Cosplay as a student. To be fair, I feel like then I would have to shave off the mustache. I don't know if I would do that. I don't know if that's a good look for me. Although, maybe I'll make that a reward one day. If someone tips X amount, I will shave. Or they can pay to keep it, and whichever one wins. That will be how I raise money for my fringe show. Be like, I'll have two options. You can pay this, like, you can pay for a vote, and then whichever vote wins, that is what my look will be for that summer. Good to see you, Princess. Thanks for coming by. Trinity College. I think I can walk around the campus here. Let's find out. Oh, it is a beautiful space. You are not loyal to all of your stash. You know, why not? Let's go check it out. I haven't actually got to explore this area in a little while. It's a beautiful campus. Like, Trinity College especially is just gorgeous. Although I will say, not air conditioned and in the middle of the summer. The thing again. Hold on, folks. Just gonna pop this out. There we go. Plug. Mostly fine. Mostly fine. We're okay. We're good. Yeah, come on, glove. There, glove is on. All right. I have an appointment at 3 on Wednesday, but if we end stream near Queen and Ossington, it should be fine. You know, let's do that. Why don't we aim to, like, meet up around 1:30? We'll end there. And then I can always just swing back and finish the stream at that point. That could work perfectly. Oh, yay. I'll make a booking and I'll see if I can include them. I have to make the booking for Randy after when I get home too. So as long as I do those at the same time, it should be good. Look at us planning like adults. What is this? What is this? What have we become, Matt? What have we become? What is Let's go walk around Trinity College because it's really pretty and full of knowledge. Look at me and my flawless rhymes. I do them sometimes. Okay, to be fair, I thought there was more to walk around at Trinity College, but I guess not. Let's go up and check out the TELUS Conference Center, go to the Royal Conservatory, then make our way back down. You should do a donut eating contest. That would appeal to way too niche of a fan base of mine. But I'll meet you near yours. We can figure out co-streaming together. I think that sounds good. I will say, the one thing I did learn with co-streaming is that we each have our own microphone and own setup. And then we go for a walk together. We talk to each other, but we only have one microphone per person. So I have my microphone on for my stream. You have your microphone on for your stream. That way both ones can be heard without it being like overpowering for one. Because I did that with Yoshi once and it was like a very unpleasant listening experience for people. And I learned my lesson and it's like from now on I'm doing it this way and it works really well. So, get them squirrels. Get them, attack. To get to the courtyard, you need to go to the main door. Oh, okay. Well, that makes more sense. I will definitely do that next time. I'll tell you what, next time I'm in the area, Megan, I will go in for you and I'll do a little glance around. Or if you want to join me, you're always welcome. Otherwise you get audio overlaps. Yeah. You get a heads up, that's okay. That's okay. As I said, I'm kind of just like, at this point I'm kind of meandering closer to the home area. But, yeah. Today ends up being a bit of a longer chat, but that's okay. That's what we like. Hey puppies.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Those are like the puffiest dog jackets I've ever seen, and they are adorable. Remember, I always used to take Raina here, and she would just run after those squirrels so much. I'd just take her off leash, let her tire herself out, and put her back on. They're like, oh, we're fine, this is great. It's nice seeing the older parts of the city away from the commercialized downtown core. I agree. Funny enough, this is actually like a fairly commercial, like I would still consider this downtown core, for sure. But it's a nice little oasis of calm in the middle of the crazy of the city, right? But yeah. If you guys are up at midnight, check out my midnight walks. I mean, if you want to do a midnight walk tonight, we can do it up, man. We can do it up. I'm always happy to go out and explore different areas. I just need a big strong night to protect me. And also, actually no, we'll say that. But I think the midnight idea is really fun. So if you want to have a party tonight or hang out with both of us again, we'll do it up sometime. Serenity now, serenity now. I'm down for a midnight walk. Yeah, that could be fun. Matt, we're gonna end up hanging out a lot. Are we gonna become friends again? Like friends? Like we're already friends, but I'm just like those friends that are obnoxious and hang out and do things together. Again, phrasing. I need to be careful with phrasing. You know what I'm saying. I'm a night owl. That works for me. I think that'd be fun actually. Joel goes to bed and I go for a walk. Good. I miss you. I miss you too, buddy. It's been really nice reconnecting. By the way, this is the ROM and the Michael Lee Chin crystal. Hi, Marcus. Good to see you today, my friend. Sorry I'm late to the party. You're never late. You are exactly when you arrived. Actually, I need to figure out what the day is that me and Manny are going to go back to the ROM, because God, that was so much fun. Oh shoot. Why did I come up this way? A Marcus is never late, Frodo Petty. It'll be 11 p.m. my time, but if I'm up, I'll be down to be there. It'd be great to have you. I'm gonna run, try to catch late. Just like absolutely don't need to run. But I will anyways. Alright, we are now at the Mink Mile. This is where all the bougie shops are. So let's make fun of them together, shall we? Because remember, just because it's expensive doesn't mean you have taste. Though not gonna lie, super excited to go see Breakfast at Tiffany's on Wednesday. Is this Yorkville? This is just south of Yorkville. But technically, yes. You could absolutely consider this Bloor Yorkville. Actually, I guess that's what they say on the signs, so. All of your favorite places you can't afford. And the LCBO, because, you know, consistency. Keep dreaming, man. See, now I'm just trying to think of like all of the shows me and Matt can do if we went to Europe and then just did tours around the city, like tours around different countries. Just like that would be kind of amazing. Let's see. LCBO, my favorite place I can afford. Bougie shop, I like them. Oh, for sure. Like a lot of these places are absolutely like stunning, gorgeous, beautiful stuff. But let's manifest it. Well, I know who's going to show us around Netherlands. But I'm just like, I'm trying to think of what the angle would be. So I'm just like, maybe I'll do two. Maybe I'll do one that's like specifically explaining the history of Eurovision and like how Canada's getting into it now. But also like, is Eurovision really a place you want to like entangle yourself into right now? I don't know, but maybe. I'm saying let's go be obnoxious in Europe. God, I would love that. That'd be so much fun. Let's go crazy. Let's manifest it. Let's make it happen. Breakfast at Tiffany's is a great movie. Cringe Asian stereotype aside, when you watch the movie, you know what I mean. Oh, I remember. I know exactly what you're talking about. And I'm just like, oh, Mickey Rooney should not be playing that character. Aside from Eurodrama, it's still fun. I agree. Maybe we can do it so it's just like we tour a place in Canada and then we tour a place in Europe and we compare and contrast them. And we're just like, this is what fueled this creation in Toronto, or this is what fueled this in, yeah. That could work. I don't know what the title for it though is yet. No one's gonna steal my love for Eurovision. Man, here's the thing. I still love Eurovision. I have an entire show. Maybe one day, you know what I could do? I could always make like a membership and do like an exclusive day where people can like, if you're a member on this day, I'll perform my show for you. That could be fun. That could be really fun actually. Maybe I'll do that up. I would have to figure out how to do it with the music though, because it does use very specific like musical cues from Eurovision. So I'd have to figure out how to make that happen. I would also like to dive into the folklore and mythology of the areas. Oh, absolutely. Like, that can be, like, yeah, there's some stuff in. If you include Lorraine, I'm in. You know what? I'm going to manifest it. I'm going to do this show. And then I'm going to find a way to just meet Lorraine. Even if it's just going to Europe and, like, finding out about Eurovision and then just being like, can I see Lorraine? I know you're crazy and I love you. Long live the Queen. On the phone emails. Aw, that's okay, Kat. We're just being silly. That's really all we're doing. I love the trees still have lights, makes it festive. Okay, here's the cheat that they do. All of the lights you see on the trees, they're not actually real tree branches. It's literally just fake branches put at the bottom that they wrap the lights on. So when they take it down, they just take the wrap off. And the branches are just right there. So it's all fake branches. But it looks really good. And you don't have to, like, the nice thing is that you don't damage the tree when you do that. It can just be like these natural, beautiful shapes and patterns. But yeah. Why are the fake flowers there? I think that was just someone selling them. A lot of people on the street will just kind of like stop you and be like, can you talk about this? And I'm just like, oh God, no. Dude, we could appeal to so many demographics. You know what? We're going to use tonight as a midnight walk. We're going to use it as a brainstorming session. And then we will make things happen. Yes. That is what we will do. Let's figure out where to meet, and we'll do a midnight walk tonight. I can probably be up for like an hour or so. That should be fine. I'll survive. I've been up later. I'm not that old yet. I mean, I am, but that's fine. It's fine. I can stay up past midnight. Where do you want to meet? I mean, Bloor Street could be interesting to walk around. So we could actually just... You're at Ossington, I'm at Church. We can figure it out. I'm not religious, but I believe in you. Pray to Lorraine, everybody. Pray to Lorraine. It's just... Maddie, when visiting the UK, visit Cornwall and try a real Cornish pastry. Pronounce the A like apple. Pastry. Okay. I mean, you have spoken highly of this, so we know what we must do. I'm at Dufferin and King. How about Dundas Square? Dundas Square is perfect. Meet up at Dundas Square for midnight. Done. Let's do it up. Oh, this is exciting. This is going to be fun. A midnight stream is happening. Oh, I'm super happy. Yay! Hey, we got to get those 1,000 people somehow. So we're going to do it. We're going to do it. Are some of you guys booting up? I wouldn't mind tagging along and being a water boy if you're going to stream as a failed drive tuber. Yes! Come by! Pasty, not pastry. Okay, fair enough. No, absolutely come by. I will say open invitation, but like, here's the thing. When I say I start at a certain time, I always aspire to start at exactly that time. So if you're here for midnight, welcome to join us. Otherwise, just like catch the stream and then find us wherever. All 4 of my watchers will be so surprised. You'll have more than that. We'll get some good people. And this is an experiment, right? We're trying something different, trying something new, making it exciting, making it fun. I'm excited for that. That's gonna be fun. Midnight, sorry, I'm 9 to 5 guy, and tomorrow I think I'm going into the office. Tell you what, anytime you see us out and about, never be afraid to come say hi if we're in your area. I got so thirsty on stream last night. You're absolutely welcome. There. I don't love that iconography. I'm gonna just take a picture of this guy's, the back of this jacket. That looks suspiciously like a, we all see that, right? Yeah, we all see that. Whoops. So yeah, it seems like tonight, and come along for a midnight walk if you want. Should be fun. Yeah. Megan will become a high stroller. Oh, Megan. Thank you so much. Super happy to have you as a part of the family. It's incredibly helpful. And anytime someone joins the family, I'm always just like super honored and super flattered, and thank you for trusting me to make stuff that you're enjoying. Good. Oh. Here's my thing, is whenever anyone does that, I'm always just like, if you want other things, you can now make demands of me. So please do, because I want to make sure that when people sign up for the higher levels, or it's like for any levels really, it's super helpful, and like obviously I love having everyone involved, but I want to make sure that you guys feel like you're getting your money's worth. So never be afraid to give me suggestions for things you'd like to see on like a membership level, including like I'm thinking about doing those stream along with me while I like work hours, and making sure there's time that we can like just hang out apart from that. But yeah, love the contrast between old and new buildings here. Well, we're actually walking along Isabella Street. And Isabella Street is a street that I used to live on. So when I moved out of mine and my ex's place, I moved into a little unit at the end here. And here's the thing, it was a nice unit, but it was $2,000 a month for a studio that didn't even include a dishwasher. So overall, I will say it wasn't a great value place, but it got me out of a dangerous situation, and for that I'm eternally grateful. But also, like, wasn't the best setup. I got in, like when I got in there, they didn't even have like a clothing bar in the closet. So things like that, where I'm just like, oh, it never really felt like home. And I'd say like it's only been in the past year or so that like I moved in with Joel after a certain amount of time, and it's only recently, like in the past year or so, where it's actually started to be like, oh, this is actually feeling like home now. And I need to kind of figure out if there's like, if I'm going to be here for a long time, which I am, I want to make sure that I am, I want to make sure that I'm comfortable too. So, options. You are an awesome dude. Glad to be part of the community here. We're happy to have you, Megan. Thank you so much. It's really wonderful to have you on board. Where do you live now? I currently live like on the south part of the village. So like I live about 15 minutes from here or so, but yeah, it's a very nice space. I'm very fortunate to live where I am, but anything can happen. Who knows? Everything like right now in Toronto does feel a little tumultuous, where it's like any second now things could change drastically. So let's just hope that doesn't happen. This is my second day here, and I already like many in the rooms are familiar. Aw, well, it's great to have you. Thanks for being here. And if nothing else, I thank you for allowing yourself to feel comfortable and to share your experiences. So, keep that in mind. we always try to facilitate a safe space here as well. Did you know that Dick Van Dyke is 100 years old? Is he still alive? Goodness gracious, good for him. Definitely happy to have, we are absolutely happy to have Karina here. Thank you for being a part of the family. I think everyone saw the Insta Reels. I didn't see the Insta Reels. What Insta Reels? What happened? What's going on now? Was too busy telling you how great Karina was. Which, to be fair, is a valid use of time. I used to love Liberty Village, but now it's become too gentrified and even dangerous. Dangerous? Huh. I remember I've been saving that specifically for the day I could walk with my friend Sid, who lives in the area. Because he's lovely. He's Happy Sid 61 on TikTok. He does a lot of like Bollywood dances. So if you get a chance to check him out, he's actually a lot of fun. But yeah, one of these days I do just need to go and do Liberty Village. So maybe I'll do that on a Thursday or Friday or something. But for $2,000 a month, you can get a broom closet here in Brooklyn. Wow, a whole broom closet? Here I was really hoping for a cardboard box, but you know, broom closet's great. Then I gotta have a door. There's been a shooting or something in the area. Oh, that's not great. But then again, I'm also just like, yeah, that sounds about right. Man shot outside bar in LV. Goodness gracious. How often do I say that? Because I'm realizing that I think I say that way more often than I think I do. You know, maybe that's what I'll do later this week. I'll see if I can get over to Liberty Village for Thursday or Friday. Maybe even do a walk down and explore and then come back. So it'll be a longer stream, but I don't think people mind that. I think you like spending time with me. Also, today was like 2.5 hours, so I'm just like, oh goodness gracious. God damn. I swear I don't mean to say that. It's just kind of become one of the things I know I can say. So, isn't Liberty Village full of hipsters? I mean, I think everywhere is full of hipsters these days. But are hipsters even a thing anymore? I feel like that was more of like a 2010 thing. And now it's just kind of everyone else. Snipe you so easily in Liberty Village, right? No kidding. Well, I will see you tonight. And for those who are just joining, thank you for being here. That's the stream today. So my name is Matti. I am a tour guide in Toronto. If you or someone you know is coming to Toronto and you want to explore more of the city, feel free to consider hiring me for my products. You can check out the links in the description below. You can book me via VIATOR and TRIPADVISOR. And these are for any time you want to come to the city and explore different areas. I hope to be your guide, so let me know. In addition, if you want to help out the channel in a great way, liking the channel is a big part of it, but also subscribing. If you can subscribe, that helps us grow the channel in a really, really great way. So if you or someone you know would be interested in subscribing, feel free to tag them and let them know as well. So we're going to sign off for today, but thank you so much for being a part of this walk today. And I hope to see y'all. Well, we'll have another walk tonight at midnight, so if you could be here for that, I'm excited for that. This is going to be a really different experience. I will have to put my mustache up for that though, because this is just, it's too much down now. It has to go out. But you know, thank you for joining us, and I will see everyone tomorrow, or so, technically tomorrow, tonight, tomorrow-ish. But we'll be back with the Green Knight, and then tomorrow at 3 o'clock, catch us again, because me and Randy are going to go up and exploring Line 6 on the subway. So come back anytime, and thank you so much for being here, everybody. Bye.